2, 3, come on!
The sun is up, it's a beautiful day. My beginning will be as bright as the sun. Come, won't you come along? And it feels so bright, it's like luck is raining on me.
Welcome to another episode of my gardening journey here in the countryside of Australia. This is your happy gardener, Melinda Kasapaw. Look at my jades! They're so healthy, very green, and ready to have flowers. But the thing is, I just want some of them to look like little trees. By the way, jade is one of the easy to grow plant in my garden. As a gardener, some gardeners out there relate with my experience. You always want to have more plants. But since we got 4 seasons here, like winter, spring, summer, autumn, some of the plants doesn't survive the very hot weather or the very cold weather, but not the jade. They are top plants, easy to grow, and can survive any weather. Just put it in the right spot, like a shady area. No need to water every day, just water once a week, and this will happen. And today's video, I wanna show or I wanna share my experience on how to prune my jade plants. Have a look. I'm gonna prune my jade and remove some of the leaves, big stems or big branch, and it will look like a small tree. So all you have to do is to remove the excess leaves or the excess branches or stem. It depends how you want your jade plant to look like. But the thing is, some of the leaves of this jade plant got some insects. So it's time to prune them and to make them healthy and look like little trees. I want my jade plant to look like little trees. By the way, these tips and tricks on how to prune or how to grow jade is based on my experience. It's nice to do some experiment in our garden, especially with the plants which are tough. So let's start doing it. As you can see, my jade plants at the back doesn't look good. Why? Because this side faces the sunlight. So on the other side, this side doesn't have that much leaves. But that is okay, because I want my jade to look like small trees. Look at this big trunk. They look like little trees. And that's what I gonna do on the other side. Anyway, pruning jade plant is also good in multiplying your plants. The leaves and the stem or the branch that we're gonna remove can also be propagated. You can put it in a small pot, leave for a little while, and another jade plant will grow. So let's start pruning. So as you can see here, I have this stem and that small ones. I gonna remove that just to encourage this trunk to get bigger, so it will look good. I'm just gonna use a sharp scissor, take the unnecessary branch that you don't like. It depends how you want your plant to look like. So I'm gonna remove those branches at the bottom. I'm gonna remove those branches at the bottom here. So it will look like a small tree. Look at the birds. Too many birds here in the countryside. But I like the way they make noises. It's, for me, it's not noise. It's music to my ears. Maybe when you're a plant lover, those noises doesn't annoy you. Especially me. I love it. So, this one. And I think I'm gonna remove this. And this one. Another one is, pruning is also good because sometimes your jade plants become too healthy and they produce big leaves that will make it heavier for the small trunk to carry these heaps of leaves. So, the best thing to do is to trim, and that will encourage this trunk to get bigger, because the energy of the plant that goes to those branches that you're gonna prune will go to the trunk. Based from my experience. I'm just gonna remove that. One more here. And this one here. I think I'm gonna let this one. And remove excess leaves. The dry leaves. See? That's how it looks like. It looks like a small tree now. A little bit wobbly because of these too much leaves. So I'm gonna remove some of the leaves, and when you remove the leaves, this will becomes bigger, that will hold heavy leaves. Just your decision how you want your jade plant to look like. I will not remove this because I want this to grow bigger. So I still got like spaces here. So what my plan is, I want this jade to have like, do you know banyan tree? Where there's too many trunks, but the leaves are on top of it. I'm gonna do that. It just takes time and patience, but when you enjoy gardening, you will be happy as you see your plants growing. I think this one, I'm gonna remove this one. I think so. So, that's how it looked like. These trunks will grow bigger. By the way, since I want this plant to have more trees, more big trunks like this, but I want it to scattered with these big pots, I'm gonna replant the stems that I already cut. Some of the gardener, they said that you have to let this dry for a couple of days before you replant it. But for me, I'll just replant it. Anyway, I'm not watering it, so they still gonna grow. Believe me. Based from my experience, it's still gonna grow. I'll just remove the excess leaves and I replant it all around this. So what will happen is these trunks will grow higher and the bottom will be full of small jade. Just enjoy gardening. Do not stress yourself. If I found a plant that, you know, it's dear, when you buy it's very dear and then later on it will die, it's just a waste of money. Gardening should be a delightful hobby, an enjoyable hobby. So don't stress yourself. Just be happy experiment, because sometimes the technique that works with me doesn't work with you. But there's no harm in trying. And you will discover what really works in your area, what is really good for your plant. So these branches that I cut will be here at the bottom. I always do that. So in case I want to replant it, if I have an extra pots, I can remove it here and then replant it to another pots. And that's it. Easy peasy. So these small leaves, you can also propagate it. So this is how my jade plant looks like a small tree with a small tree with some seedlings here, which I can replant anytime I have an available pot. By the way, thank you very much for being with me in this episode. Thank you very much for always watching my video. This is your happy gardener, Merlinda Kasapaw. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. See you in the next vlog. See ya.